Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network and our continuing coverage of high school soccer tonight. We got the Viera Hawk boys taking on the Melbourne Bulldogs, and I'll tell you what, this is one of those rivalry games where I don't care what the records are. Crazy stuff happens, and this is the definition of rivalry game. Caleb Brown here, along with the man, the myth, the voice of the Viera Hawks. He is Matt Shelton. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well. I'm looking really forward to this game. This is one that I put on my calendar as soon as the schedule comes out because it is always fun to watch.
I have a feeling anyone is associated with the program, that's exactly what they do. I don't care what sport. This is a game that's always on the calendar and circled in big red ink.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first district game for Melbourne. Viera has won with the win over Heritage. But really, this is generally the only district game that counts. I mean, These two have been fighting it out for district championships and regional championships since Viera, was about 4 years old.
Right.
So they this is the game of the season, and like you said, everybody who's associated with Melbourne and Viera put this one on their calendar as soon as it comes out. So I mean, this year, on paper, Viera's the better team. Record of 8-0. Melbourne 5-2-1 with a tie to Satellite Beach. Now that Satellite Beach team gave Viera a run for their money, scored 3 goals against them. So, that tells you that there is some evenness to these two sides.
Satellite Beach being the only team that's scored on Viera this year.
That's right. The goals for Viera is 38. Goals against is 3. All 3 of those goals from Satellite Beach. So 7 clean sheets for Viera thus far this season. Melbourne, they have 1 clean sheet. So defense, expect Viera to be able to get a goal or 2 in. So that means Melbourne's going to have to score. So Melbourne, 17 goals for, 11 goals against, somewhat balanced there. But, able to pick up those 5 wins. Losses to Cocoa Beach. Now, one of the keys to that win for Cocoa Beach, 2 of them. 1, Stephen Nicholas was still injured at that point in time, so they didn't have that high-powered offense that they get with him. And 2, Tiernan Mead, who was in goal for Melbourne last year, had about 19 saves in that game.
Wow. So, now, I mean, to be a goalie and come up with 19 saves and you still come out with an L, at some point you got to be looking at your defense saying, guys, help me.
Well, it's one of those things where your kid stepping up against your former team, you step up.
Yes.
And there's another man on the pitch for Viera, Alex Bennett, who him and his brother both played for Melbourne High School for a period of time and then transferred to Viera. So this is one I know the Bennett family has circled on their calendar first thing that comes out too. So it's always interesting. There's always something that adds to the drama, whether it be controversial calls from a referee or very physical play or players that are on one team or the other. It's always a great game.
Or broadcasters finding out that the goal doesn't count if it doesn't go in the net before the air horn sounds.
That's that controversial call I was talking about. So, in the regional final match, was that 3 years ago?
Yeah,
3 years ago. Melbourne in a game, they're down by 1 goal to Viera. Put the ball up in the air. The referee blows the whistle. It goes in the net. Doesn't count. And we're off here underway, and ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a Viera throw. And just looking out here at the Viera lineup, I don't see any changes in the starting lineup that they've had all year long. As we've talked about, Alex Canlis back in the mix, and Melbourne taking over high up the pitch. Opportunity here in the middle of the field. Shot wide of the goal. So first opportunity of the night goes to Melbourne. Gio Carnero losing the ball in a bad position high up the pitch for Melbourne, and Melbourne going into the win. A goal in this first half is going to be huge for them.
It goes back to, what we said here at the start of the broadcast. Anything can happen. It doesn't matter what these records are. Both these teams seem to play some of their best games against each other, and sometimes that ends up being the wake-up call that each team needs.
Absolutely. And first to the ball there, Melbourne is Alex Bennett stands and waits for it, and Melbourne attacks it. And there's a foul call to be a free kick here for the Melbourne Bulldogs. So as green shirts get forward, and I think green shirts moving right to left, that's Melbourne. White shirts moving left to right, that's Viera. And stepping up here to take the kick. See if I can get a number here. So Trent Bergreen will be taking the kick here for the Bulldogs. Lots of green shirts forward. Can he put it into a dangerous area? Just lofts it in. Only makes it to the 18 and pokes its way through clean. Goal kick.
Of course, some of you might have been with BSN for our first girls soccer game. We had Edgewood and Merritt Island last night.
Ooh, errant touch there from Alex Bennett. Losing out to Stefan Nicholas. Referee plays advantage. Long ball away. Nicked out. Still in play, actually. Mikkel Jensen flying down that far side, trying to get by the defense. Clear down the sideline. Matthew Murtha with it. And foul called on the far side. Be a free kick to the Hawks. Matthew Murtha standing over this one. So with the win, this could easily get all the way to the 6. The question is, does he have the ability to judge the win properly to get it in the right position? So expect this one to drop between the 18 and the 6. And a little overcooked, but Jake Medina running onto the far post for that inside the 6 and just can't quite get a foot to it. That wind is definitely going to be an issue all night long, moving left to right here at about, right now, probably about 15 to 20 miles an hour with some higher gusts. So it's going to be an issue all night long. But goal kick here for Melbourne. Looks like Jonah Vignier is taking this kick. Low into the wind. Expect that to be the method of the day as Max May takes over in the middle of the field for Viera. Gets by one. Little slip there. Trying to dink past another. Stefan Nicholas gets it forward. Ivan Van Buren can't quite get to it. And all the way back to Alvy Kaufman it goes. Now long ball will go a long way, and Alvy Kaufman knocks this one. Header goes through. Max May is all the way down 5 yards off the byline and knocked out of bounds for Viera Hawks throw. Yeah, those long balls from our left to right are going to go a long way. And Jake Brown will be throwing this one into the wind. The wind is kind of blowing from the far side of the field to the near side and left to right. So long throw into the wind, gets to that near post. Half cleared out, and now finally cleared away. And Stefan Nicholas fighting to retrieve the ball, able to get it, trying to turn, flicks forward, finds Ivan Van Buren, who flicks on to Stefan Nicholas, flicked out of bounds. It'll be a Melbourne throw.
Like to thank the Landy Group for stepping up and being tonight's sponsor on the broadcast. For all your buying and selling needs, contact the Landy Group to get the best experience in your real estate.
So Josh Starr with the throw, wind's blowing it out of bounds there. So Viera Hawks throw here on the near side. And Max May, pressure from behind. Alex Bennett streaking through the middle here now. Gets a far cross over to Mikkel Jensen. Speed coming there, trying to get to it. Gets his foot to it. Strike! And save. I thought that was going straight up, but did come out. Max May with the ball now and nicked away from him by Jonah Vignier. Viera Hawks throw. So Max May getting the ball in, trying to find Aiden Gates, out of bounds, goal kick. So this is one of those times you've got Melbourne kicking into the wind. If you can apply pressure, you know, when you apply pressure, what defenses want to do is get rid of the ball and boot it as far down the field as possible. That's the safety valve. Well, you're only going to get it about 10 or 15 yards down the field in this wind as he boots the ball about 30, 40. Aiden Gates taking over in the middle. Long ball. He's got Peyton Bala. He looked like he was offsides. I didn't see the signal for offsides, but I'm assuming that's what he's. Yeah, there we go, offsides. He was pointing like it was a foul. So indirect free kick here for the Bulldogs. Long ball coming in, and Jake Medina first headed to it. Mikkel Jensen trying to turn on the far side. Good defensive play from Ethan Goby just to not allow him to make that turn. And throw coming in. Nice flick there from Matthew Murtha to get it by, and Ethan doing battle there with Mikkel Jensen. Viera Hawks winning out. Free kick here for the Hawks. And Jake Medina will come forward to take this one. Long ball didn't get through. Melbourne taking over. Pressure being applied now and losing out to Aiden Gates, who's under pressure. Nice flick over to Gio Carnero. Makes it through, but then stolen by Ivan. And foul called to be a Melbourne kick. Yeah, Ivan Van Buren, good job to retrieve that as Gio Carnero trying to dribble through the traffic. Jonah Vignier off to the far side, but I thought Viera was going to give up the open shot there, not going to the ball. Little shove from behind, but no foul called. And Melbourne trying to turn the ball forward. And Aiden Gates with the ball at his feet. And that's going to be a handball off the foot into the hand of Mikkel Jensen, and free kick to the Bulldogs. All the way across here to Devin Bonnie. And a long ball out of bounds. Viera Hawks throw. Xavier Jackson. He's got Gio Carnero forward, along with Alex Bennett. Gets the ball all the way down, but can't get over to find Max May. Gio Carnero taking over in the midfield. Stefan Nicholas does a good job to nick it away, but Viera's able to win it back. Only enough to get the foul from Alex Bennett, and Melbourne takes over with a free kick. So far, 10 minutes into this game, it's got what we thought. A little bit of both-way action, some opportunities on both ends, and a lot of battling in the middle. The opportunity here. I don't know that Ivan Van Buren knew where that ball was. It ricocheted off a couple of heads, and I think he just lost sight of it. Avi Kaufman able to come up with it. Now Jake Medina finding Mikkel Jensen. Back to Matthew Murtha. Long ball in, trying to find Peyton Bala. Tried to clear away, not quite. Mikkel Jensen has it now at his feet. Takes a strike, but wide of the mark.
Melbourne definitely have taken advantage of chances, and what I mean by that, yes, they haven't scored goals, but they're putting good shots on. You just had the one mistake there by Van Buren, and the only mistake he made is just losing track of the ball off of a couple hits.
Couldn't find it.
Right.
It happens in traffic all the time. That one looked like it went off Viera. It'd be a Melbourne throw.
Right. Y'all didn't see me. I said mistake with quotation marks. I mean, that's going to happen to anybody and everybody at some point.
Air quotes don't work so well. That's okay, though. And good control there from Aiden Gates through the middle here. Nicks it back almost to himself, but Max May gets it as Aiden Gates gets forward. He's got Mikkel Jensen on the far side. Chooses to go himself by one. Over to Mikkel Jensen, overlapping, but Mikkel can't keep control. And nicked away, Viera Hawks throw. So this one with the win, I think I could put it on the other sideline.
That's saying something, folks.
That is. I don't have much of an arm, folks. Ball coming in, gets to the near post, flicked on by Aiden Gates, cleared straight up only to the 18. Gio Carnero battling for it, gets ahead to it, and now cleared. And Jake Brown heads it out. Melbourne getting forward now. Jake Brown first to it over. Stefan nicks it away from Alex Bennett, but Xavier Jackson kicks it free. And then off the shoulder of Joshua Starr, out of bounds. Viera taking it quickly. Max May gets through. Contact made, but no foul called. And again, contact made there, no foul called. Whew. So referee willing to let some things go here. I mean, it is a contact sport.
Yep.
Referee's setting the standard for what's a foul and what's not. And referee on the far side says that's a foul. Bulldogs kick,
You know,
about 30 yards out.
again, even tougher here, kicking into the wind.
Well, and the wind is blowing from that sideline towards the goal. It's really more easterly, which is, that far side, than northerly. So you're going to see a lot of motion on this ball from right to left. Ooh, and knocked away for a corner kick. I believe that was Jake Brown who gets first to that one.
What?
So corner kick to be taken by Marlo Spencer.
Melbourne playing aggressor here, getting, now they got the first corner kick, they had the first shot on goal.
Yep, and opportunity there, but over the bar. Great header there. I think that was Jonah Vignier. Excuse me, that was Marcel Laurenti with the header. So goal kick here to the Hawks. Alvy Kaufman putting his foot through this one. Gets it to midfield. Peyton Ballard coming back from the striker position. Stefan Nicholas with the ball to his feet, trying to find Ivan Van Buren, but out of bounds. Goal kick to the Viera Hawks. So Jake Medina over to Matthew Murtha. A little bit of pressure coming in now. Matthew kicks it into that pressure. Jake Medina switching and whistle blown. Not sure what happened. Contact there on the far side. A player sitting down. Immediately stands up once the whistle's blown, but looks like maybe the wing got knocked out of him or something. Hands on his knees. So we'll have a drop ball.
Sir, I'm fine. I promise I'm fine.
He was really worried about that ball going back into the net he's shooting on. So ball in the hand for Alvy Kaufman. Rolls it out to Jake Medina. Low and long. Matthew Murtha knocks that one out of bounds. Looks like off the Melbourne player. Max May chests it over to Mikkel Jensen. Finds Alex Bennett. They're driving now. A little heavy touch, though. Xavier Jackson retreating to receive this ball. Turns, and Viera will start again from their defensive end. Aiden Gates turning, and Melbourne giving a little bit of pressure. Big gap between midfield and defensive line, though. So expect Viera to try and work those forwards back into that space to receive the ball. And we've already seen that a little bit tonight with Peyton and Max working back into that space. Alex Bennett gets a touch but losing out. Ivan Van Buren trying to get to it. Jake Medina winning it. And foul called on Ivan Van Buren. Free kick to Viera Hawks.
So last night in the girls' game, I finally saw my first straight to red card.
Straight red?
Yeah, straight red.
We have one at Heritage.
You're right. Okay, so that was my second one.
We have one at Heritage this year. And actually, we had 4 of them at West Shore last year.
Yeah.
Stephen Nicholas fighting there on the far side, applying that pressure. Now, Jake Medina able to get it over to Jake Brown and out, but Aiden Gates, now can they counter against that pressure? And Gio Carnero moves it backwards. And good pressure applied from Melbourne there to keep Viera pegged back. And Jake Brown finds Aiden Gates, who's able to turn. Can't get to Peyton Balla. Nicks it out of bounds for a Melbourne throw. Joshua Starr with the ball in his hands. Long throw. Ivan Van Buren can't get it forward and now flicked on. And Marcel Lorente getting it back to Josh Vignier. Aiden Gates first to it. Gio Carnero second. And now Max May takes it over. He's got Peyton Balla driving. He drives in against that defender, nicked out of bounds by Josh Vignier. Throwing here for the Hawks. Max May throwing it in. Peyton Balla in the corner. Gets the turn. Ball comes right across the goal face. I'm not sure who got a piece of that, but still in play. All the way over to Aiden Gates. Pressure from behind. Nobody told him man on. Great job from Ivan Van Buren sneaking in with that pressure from behind. And now Jake Medina over to Jake Brown. And Jake Brown sends one, but can't get through the midfield line. Stephen Nicholas working through the middle. Good passing here. 2 in the middle here. Good job from Jake Medina as help comes in. Mikkel Jensen steals the ball, wins the ball, and now knocks it forward, but only into the head of the Bulldogs. Now Mikkel Jensen wins it back. Max May driving. Finding Gio Carnero. He's got Peyton Balla on the right side with him. Max May in the middle. Coming into the attack here. Gio Carnero with the left foot. The wind didn't get enough on that one to knock it into the goal, just over the bar, a little wide. It'll be a Melbourne goal kick. So 20 minutes left to play, still 0-0 here. Ball in the middle of the field. Aiden Gates doing his normal duty to win that, but out of bounds for a Melbourne throw. And looks like we'll have our first water break here, our first stoppage. And with that, just wanted to say thank you to the Landy Group. The Landy Group of Remax Aerospace Realty will go above and beyond for your home buying and selling needs. With over 30 years of sales experience, they are your local go-to real estate team. Just like their motto says, bringing your dreams home. Give a call over to Jason Landy at 321-368-3250. The Landy Group, your Remax professional aerospace realty group.
Information also at the bottom of your screen, folks, and the Facebook page is tagged in the game poster. So all sorts of ways to get a hold of the Landy Group, and we couldn't thank the Landy Group enough. Jason Landy, just one of those great guys that's always looking to support, youth and help these kids in whatever way he can. I mean, it's not just for the Brevard Sports Network. He throws money at a lot of different places
Yeah, as we were looking for sponsors for this, he was the first one to step up and throw his hat into the ring for that sponsorship, and very much appreciated.
We ask those that support us to support the sponsors who partner up with us.
That's right.
And
help support the Viera Hawks program as well.
Absolutely. Do you talk to Jason Landy? Tell him Brevard Sports Network sent him your way.
So 20 minutes left to go. Water break, man, spot on time. 20 minutes left to go here in the first half. Still 0-0. No changes yet for either team. Looking at what I see out on the field here at the moment, not seeing any changes for the Hawks. Nothing jumping out at me on the Melbourne side as well. Looks like same crew. And ball coming in, throw in, and Aiden Gates first to it. Over to Gio Carnero, out of bounds. That'll be a Melbourne throw. So Gio Carnero gets to the second, nicked off of him. Ooh. Referees missed that one, maybe shielded, but Viera throw. Jake Brown over to Jake Medina. Pressure coming from Ivan Van Buren. Now Aiden Gates, a little slow over to Jake Brown. That's where that pressure can really be trouble. And Xavier Jackson nicks it away. And now Max May tries to flicks it on to himself, gets it down the line. Great defensive play from Joshua Starr to knock it out of bounds. Viera Hawks throw. Gio Carnero trying to find help. Alex Bennett, he's got help on the far side, switches it all the way over to Jake Medina. Into Aiden Gates. And Mikkel Jensen knocks that one out of bounds. It'll be a Bulldogs throw. Big throw it is. And now ball coming in. Who's first to it? Aiden Gates. Knocking it forward, trying to find Mikkel Jensen. Peyton Balla now with the ball at his feet. Makes a great turn. Good shot, but over the bar. It was a great little drag turn with 3 defenders around him, and decides under that pressure to just take the strike with the open lane, but over the bar. So Melbourne goal kick. Defenses and midfield dominating this game here so far. All the chances have been from distance. There have been some opportunities, but that final pass letting down the attacks. Now Jake Medina almost lets one through as now Avi Kaufman forced to clear long off the head of, I believe that's Caleb Webb. Excuse me, that's Trent Bergreen. And jumping over the back of the Viera player, no foul call, out of bounds. It'll be a Viera Hawks throw. Throw coming in, Peyton Balla, good control off the chest. Trying to find help return, and that went off for the Bulldog foot, out of bounds, another Viera Hawks throw. And again, with the wind blowing from that side to this side, this is a opportunity for a long throw here. Matthew Murtha with the ball in his hands. Only 3 in the box. Gio Carnero lurking at the 18. And flicked back to Matthew Murtha. Takes a drive towards the byline, out of bounds. Another Viera Hawks throw. Matthew Murtha with the ball in his hands. Trying to find Aiden Gates. Good shot opportunity. Viera Hawks go. Peyton Bela. Left-footed strike. Standing 6 yards out. No time to move the ball around. Just it's in front of you. Make the strike. Hit the bottom corner. What a goal. Peyton Bala.
As Alan likes to say, look, good things happen when you put the ball in front of the net.
You don't shoot, you don't score. And that was a great shot. As I said, on his left foot. It kind of just popped in a nice spot for him and able to knock that one into the bottom corner. Really nothing the goalkeeper could have done on that.
No.
You're not supposed to save shots from 6 yards out.
No.
And, that the throw coming in, starting it all, and then, like I said, just kind of popped right to Peyton's feet. So Melbourne now trying to crawl back into this one, long ball in, trying to find Parker Rathjen. Overcooked Viera throw. And trying to put balls down the line on this side is going to be very difficult as that wind tries to blow him out of bounds. Xavier Jackson with the throw here, finding Max May, who flicks it on. Cleared forward. Aiden Gates, first to it. Alex Bennett flicking it to Gio Carnero. Can't get a good purchase on it, but able to get it to Mikkel Jensen. Peyton Bale to Max May, trying to turn with Stefan Nicholas, but Stefan does a good job to nick it away out of bounds.
Yeah.
All the way back to Jake Brown. Aaron Touch there. Had to hurry the kick to Alvy Kaufman as he's under pressure from Caleb Webb. And now Jake Medina with the ball here on the near far side. Under pressure again. All he has is Alvy Kaufman. Pressure keeps coming now. Long ball in. Can they counter behind this pressure? Max May with the ball. Losing out. But Aiden Gates cleans it up. Mikkel Jensen with the ball here on the near side. Overload here on this near side is Gio Carnero with the ball. And I think he was looking for Max May to be making a run into the box there. And easy pickings for the goalkeeper. I believe that's Aiden Reed. Peyton Bell, a good job to turn with that big body. A little good footwork, but can't quite get past him again. But now Stefan Nicholas driving on this near side. He's got numbers with him. Xavier Jackson getting turned. And Caleb Webb just getting turned and kind of losing out as he's trying to find the ball behind him. Contact there in the middle of the field. Again, this referee is letting this go. That one almost went through. And that was some solid contact there, shoulder to shoulder. It's shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder is illegal contact. Is legal contact. Let me be clear on that, not illegal. So referee sees it that way and letting it go. There have been a lot of really solid contacts that have occurred in this game. I think when that starts to happen, legal or not, as those things start to continue throughout the course of the game, as the game goes on, the tackles keep getting harder and harder and harder until the referee starts checking those players. And that was one heck of a collision. And can't tell who the player is down for Melbourne. It's number 5, Jonah Vignier.
It's Viera getting pulled off the field as Melbourne tends to Jonah, and Jonah being
Jonah's up to his feet now, so that's a great sign.
Being helped off the field, but it looks like he's keeping most of the weight on his own legs. So
yeah, it doesn't seem to be walking with a limp. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him pretty good, and he'll be back in this game soon. He doesn't seem to be limping or anything like that, and it seemed to be more of an upper body collision, and so hopefully he comes back right as rain.
You go running, your body's already trying to get that wind flowing through, and
you hear people talk about soccer and they people will say, oh, it's not a contact sport. Oh, it's there's you don't have to be physical or tough to play soccer. And those people obviously have not watched the game, because not only do you have to be tough and physical and deal with those collisions, you have to do it while you're tickling a ball with your feet down the field at high speeds. And here comes Max May shoulder to shoulder with Trent Bergreen, and the cross comes in. Gio Cornero tries to head it on, and that's heading out of bounds for Matthew Murtha's throw here on the far side. And just like I said, you've got two people running for the ball. If they're shoulder to shoulder, you can go into them pretty much as hard as you want.
Oh, yeah.
And as long as you're not extending an arm or an elbow or going into the head, there's really not much that you can do if someone's coming into you shoulder to shoulder. So that's one of those instances where the bigger, stronger player is going to win out a lot of the times. And that's why you see these kids in the gym and not, just with a soccer ball at their feet.
And there are no pads. There's no upper body pads. I mean, that's bone meets bone.
Pretty tough to dribble the ball with shin guards, much less shoulder pads and a helmet and everything else. So, but here comes the ball into Peyton Balla. Can't make it over the head of Joshua Starr.
Plus, could you
Jake Brown over Caleb Webb there. Again, no foul called. Little tug, no foul called again. Xavier Jackson driving in, trying to find Peyton Balla. Getting outpaced by number 20 there, and that's out of bounds for a goal kick. So R.J. Jackson there in defense, replacing Jonah Vignier and showing his pace, outpacing Peyton Balla. And, Peyton's not really known to be the speedster out there, but he's not a slowpoke by any stretch. And R.J. just blowing right by him. Gio Carnero first to that one, but winning out is Melbourne, who flicks it on now to Caleb Webb, flicking it over to Parker Rathjen, but losing out. Xavier Jackson down the field. Peyton Balin now, that time, outpacing R.J. Jackson. So not sure what the difference in that foot race was.
I know.
But definitely Peyton not wanting to get outpaced in that one, and out of bounds would be a Viera throw. And we do have a substitution coming in, and that'll be Sully Fife coming in for Peyton Balla. And Max May with the ball in his hands for the throw. Into the wind. He's going to have to get a lot on it to get it out there, and finds Aiden Gates with pressure on his back. Taken down from behind. No foul called. Caleb Webb losing out to Jake Brown, but right back into the feet of the Melbourne Bulldogs, and Jake Medina able to knock that one. I thought knock it clear. It's not clear yet. Still inbounds. And Mikkel Jensen fighting to win that one. Stefan Nicholas losing out, and then out of bounds off the Melbourne player. Viera throw. Yeah, I haven't seen any real fouls called in this game, and I can see this one getting really nasty by the second half if everything's continued to let go. And Caleb Webb with a little push from behind, right on cue.
I want to say, I'm like, right on cue.
There's the whistle
with the action, and the player that, let's be real, is going to back down to nobody.
Right.
If you know Gio,
I call him a bulldog, but I'm not going to call him that here tonight.
Pitbull.
That might work. I might use
look,
that.
Look. Even if it's temporary.
Thanks, I appreciate that, buddy.
Hey, look, I try to contribute something. What that something is, I don't know, but something nonetheless.
So Melbourne gets that first head to the ball, and errant clearance there, but able to work his way around. Actually worked out really well as he's driving down that far side. He's got numbers with him, but can't get the ball past Jake Medina. And now Alex Bennett taking over. He's got numbers of green shirts in front of him. Finds it out to Aiden Gates, who's closed down, but losing out to Xavier Jackson, who finds Max May, turns. He's got numbers with him. driving, jumps the tackle.
What athleticism right there.
A lot of players would have drug a foot and went down there and looked for the yellow card, but
No.
Max says, I'm going to go get a goal.
Not only am I going to try to go get a goal, I'm going to make it look really pretty, too, in hurdling somebody.
And Stephen Nicholas first to that, beating Alex Bennett in the midfield, but now losing out, and ball just bebopping back and forth. Kind of what we've been seeing all night, changing hands in the midfield. And Stephen Nicholas pops that one trying to find Caleb Webb, but out of bounds. And it's like substitution coming in for the Hawks. This will be Alex Canless for Xavier Jackson. So Alex Canless, this is now his third game back from injury, and still coming off the bench, probably still not 100% fit. I would expect at some point in time, as we've said just about every time he's entered the game, he'll be in that starting lineup at some point. It's just a question of who gives way for him.
Max May kind of said something similar when I asked him about, getting guys like Canless and the other one who just recently came back,
a Shield?
Yes, there we go. A Shield coming back, what it means to have that kind of talent and depth then being added, being as versatile as they are. And he goes, he spoke about Canless. He said, look, he goes, he's getting into soccer shape. He goes, I would expect sooner rather than later you'll see him back starting again.
Yeah, and my favorite moment for Alex Canless was that header in the state final to win the game. I mean, they don't get any sweeter than that. And
no.
Great to have a player who's got that kind of capability on your bench,
Right.
So, yeah, I do think he'll get into that starting lineup eventually, but I don't know who's going to give way for him because everybody in the starting lineup's quality and proven their mettle all season long.
I mean, look, I almost feel like you ride the hot hand, and if someone slumps off, then boom, he's right
for the Hawks. Max driving with the left foot wide of the mark. He had three with him. Defense working their way back and holding that line at the 18, not allowing runners to get in behind. It's a good defensive play, forcing Max to make the shot, left foot wide of the mark. But, yeah, no, we talk about the depth of Viera, pretty much every year because they seem to have a decent amount of depth every year, and they bring those players in each game and utilize them. And errant kick there, Max May over to Mikkel Jensen, trying to find Max May now on this near side. Max turning and into the box. Great defensive play there. That's, again, Joshua Starr doing well against Max May here tonight. Now, green shirt's getting forward, but that's not going to get over Jake Medina. Alex Bennett takes over in the midfield. Back to Alex Canless. Over to Jake Brown. Jake launches one in the middle, working back into that space that I was talking about earlier is Mikkel Jensen, but he can't find Gio Carnero on the near side. So as I said, you see that big gap there between the defensive line and the midfield line. Those balls from the back line have a lot of room to travel, a lot of space for them to work and find room to receive it. So throw coming in here. Caleb Webb with the first touch. Parker Rathjen. Tackle from behind there. Again, no call. Stephen Nicholas can't get by Gio Carnero. Again, no call. He definitely got ball, but these are tough tackles coming in, and they keep getting tougher as this night goes on. And Mikkel Jensen gets around the corner, out of bounds. It looks like that'll be a corner kick. So corner kick here for the Hawks. And I believe that's the second corner kick for the Hawks. And it looks like Gio Carnero over there to take it. Aiden Gates.
Last time the Hawks had a corner kick, it resulted in a goal.
Yeah, they did well with the corner kicks in their last outing. That's where their goals were coming from. So we'll see if Gio Canera can put one in a dangerous spot here. Onto the near post. Mikkel Jensen trying to flick it on. And Jake Brown can't get to it as it travels out of bounds. And we'll have a substitution coming on here for Melbourne. Matthew Fauché. And substitution coming on for Caleb Webb. I would have said Foucher, but so thank you for the folks to my right giving me a correct pronunciation. And first touch from Fauché out of bounds off his head. And Alex Canlis, the ball in his hands. And Melbourne with a lot of players here on this near side protecting that ball from coming in. And Mikkel Jensen gets a touch out of bounds. That'll be I would have said Melbourne throw. Referee says Viera throw.
Wow.
He was 2 feet from it. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one as Alex Canlis takes one pass, can't get it past the second player, and we'll have another throw here for the Hawks. Max May with this one. Alex Canlis receiving. Again, can't get it past the first defender. Numbers moving here on the near side. Gio Carnero makes the tackle. And Parker Rathjen feeling the effects of that tackle. I mean, the way that ball traveled, it looked like he did get a piece of ball coming in. But again, tackles are really hard in this game, as you would expect. Alex Bennett and looks like Alex Canlis on the turf here. But back to his feet quickly. And that's Xavier Jackson coming back in for the Hawks. I assume taking Alex Canlis' spot as Alex sat down on the turf for the whistle to blow. So Alex Canlis walking off the field. Derek Sickler looking at him concerned, hoping he's not further injured himself. And Max May gets through 2, gets through 3. Contact before the box. No foul called. Consistent with the game tonight.
Yep.
And now having words with Max. Max wondering why the heck didn't you blow the whistle? Well, Max, it's been the same thing all night. There's definite consistency with the referee here tonight.
Look. You have one thing to say about our broadcast. When the refs are consistent like this, we will give them their credit.
I mean, if he's going to allow a rough game to play for both sides, that's his prerogative. The players are going to have to make the adjustment. But for me, he's been fair all night long, and that's all you can ask for from a referee. There have been some missed calls.
Yeah.
But it's been fair, I think, both ways.
Yeah. That's all you can ever ask out of any referee crew is give me consistency.
That's right.
Let me know what I can get away with. Let me know.
A little shove from behind there from Trent Bergreen. And that's the first half. So after the first half, Hawks up 1-0 thanks to a strike from Peyton Balla. Once again, let's give a shout-out to the Landy Group. Landy Group of RE/MAX Aerospace Realty will go above and beyond for your home buying and selling needs. With over 30 years of sales experience, they are your local go-to real estate team. Just like their motto says, bring your dreams home. All right, so 1-0, Peyton Balla, the only difference in this game. Opportunities for both sides. Lots of rough physical play in the midfield. Referee is allowing that all to go. It's been an interesting one, and we'll see how the second half goes.
All right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right, folks, we're back here live from Tom McIntyre Stadium on the campus of Melbourne High School for second half action. I will change the scoreboard in just a moment. You know, Matt and I were talking, that first half flew by. I mean, I can't remember last time we've seen a first half where it wasn't at some point dragged out.
Yeah, I mean, it was nonstop action. I mean, yeah, one goal. But, like I said, same thing. People who say there's no action in soccer don't watch soccer because it was physical, a lot of back and forth play. Really nice first half to be sitting here and watching. Did get a goal out of it. Peyton Balla with that first goal of the game for the Hawks. So they're up 1-0, and now they head into the wind. But, yeah, and then only one stoppage for water break and then one short injury stoppage as well as this ball comes in long and will be retrieved there at the byline. Peyton Balla given pressure. Matthew Murtha getting it over to Gio Carnero, over to Max May. He's got numbers on him. Nice drag turn to get through. On his left foot, strike off the post. Off the goalie's hand and off the post, corner kick. Both the far side referee and the center agreeing with the touch. Couldn't tell from my angle.
Well, it only looks
corner kick here for the Hawks. Gio Carnero taking this one. Coming to the near post. Peyton Balla trying to get onto that one. Just can't get a clean foot to it. Still has it. Out to Max May. Fakes the cross. Tries to go through two. Good defensive play. And now Melbourne getting forward. Offsides. And Ivan Van Buren, knowing he's offsides, holds the run. I think he's telling his player, wasn't it clear I was offsides? I was trying to drag the defense back, giving space. I imagine that's what he was saying. I'm putting words in his mouth, though. So Jake Medina over to Jake Brown. Again, no changes from the starting lineup here for the Hawks. No obvious changes to me, with the exception of Jonah Vignier, who's still out for the Bulldogs. And Mikkel Jensen trying to find Max May here in the middle. Max has two on his back. Makes his way over to Xavier Jackson, over to Alex Bennett. And nicked away there from Peyton Balla. And now long ball down the field. Jake Brown not letting Ivan Van Buren get a clean turn. Trevor Bergreen. Ball over to Matthew Murtha. He's finding Max May in the middle of the field. He's got two on him. And little contact there. Definitely, those are some of those little contacts that the first half seemed like they were let go. So we'll see if this becomes a staple for the second half. If he's had words with them and let them know, hey, I'm going to call a little tighter. Hopefully, if a referee's going to change his management of the game, that's what he does. Or maybe that's just a one-off. We'll see.
Well, and I'll say this. If he's consistent and does that in the second half, I understand, because you don't want to let this game get out of control.
Agreed, and their head-to-head contact there. Ethan Goby and Peyton Balla. And Peyton a little slow to get up, but on his feet. Walk-in referee having words with him. Wouldn't surprise me if he made him leave the field, but it seems like he's going to allow him to continue. And long ball here from Melbourne out of the goal kick. And Gio Carnero battling there. And that's not Jonathan Starr. That's Trent Bergreen out of bounds for a Viera Hawks throw. So Matthew Murtha with the ball in his hands. And forward trying to find Alex Bennett. And off the foot of Marcel Laurenti. And now Stefan goes through the ref. And now finding the Bulldog here on the near side. Jake Medina with Ivan Van Buren trailing behind him, just shields. And Ivan Van Buren with a hand on his back. I'm not sure which way this is going to get called.
I mean,
Ivan Van Buren definitely had his hand on his back. He's shielding the ball. He wasn't that far from the ball. I can't imagine this foul goes any way but the Viera Hawks way if they're calling it a foul. Looks like they're actually calling it a goal kick.
To me,
I think Jake was arguing for the foul, but they're calling goal kick.
I'll say to me, it honestly looked like just both guys overran the ball and kind of just ran into it.
Well, and 6 1, half dozen the other. Do you want it 6 yards in the middle of the field or 6 yards, halfway across the field,
Agreed.
So, for me, either way, same outcome. And now Jake Medina under a lot of pressure, but gets it back over to Jake Brown. Can they drive in behind this pressure? And the ball does get in behind, but Mikkel Jensen with a touch in the reverse direction. Now finding Aiden Gates, who breaks the line, but can't find Alex Bennett on the far side. And throw here for the Bulldogs. Xavier Jackson. And out of bounds for a Bulldogs throw. And, they're getting down into this territory where a throw can go a long way. And actually, the wind really hasn't been as big of a factor in this game as I had thought it would be. And I know you made the comment on the drive over here that, you didn't think the wind was going to come till tomorrow really heavy, and it seems like you're right. And that one just knocked away as Peyton Balla driving in on Hayden Serrani.
I mean, both of our weather reports were calling for 40-mile-an-hour winds, which would have been real fun to try to watch these two teams duke it out in.
Yeah, it would have been the tale of two games, one going one way, one going the other, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's out of bounds, and it looks like they'll call a Melbourne throw in here. And again, dangerous position with the wind at the back of the thrower here. This ball can certainly travel into the box, certainly travel into the near post, and big Marcel Lorente standing on the near post, but he's got two tall boys around him hand checking. And first to that is it's like Jake Medina. And now back over to Jake Brown. He's able to get around and clears the ball down the field, trying to find Max May, who flicks it on and inbounds. He's around the edge, but knocked out of play. Again by Hayden Serrani, be a Viera Hawks throw. Little chip ball in, trying to find Max May, turning the corner, and again, just dumped out of bounds, I believe that time by R.J. Jackson. So Viera Hawks throw here on the far side. And again, wind at the back of the thrower. Jake Brown coming in for the long throw duty. So this could very well work like a corner kick, but chooses to go short to Max May. He does put the ball into the box. And not sure if that went off the foot of Peyton Baylor or Alex Bennett, but Viera Hawks goal. So just like the very first goal of the season, Max May put one into the box. Peyton Baylor is right in front of the goal, and we weren't sure if he touched it or not then, and I'm not sure if he touched it there. So I think we erroneously have ended up giving that goal to Max May before, so let's give this one to Peyton Baylor.
Yeah, you know what? I like that. Peyton Baylor.
We'll find out at the end of the game who really scored it, but that'd be 2 for Peyton. Oh, Stefan Nicholas, and it looks like they're calling offsides. Yes, they are. He seemed like he was well in front of them. Honestly, I was looking at the clock, not at him when the ball was kicked, but man, was he ahead of them by the time the ball reached him.
Yeah, no, he was.
We have the virtual assistant referee here with a delayed feed on the phone, and Looks like he was offside.
Yeah, look, 2 feet. The Melbourne faithful irritated, and understandably so. I mean, finally get something you think is going your way, and
Ball goes in the back of the net. That's your way for sure.
Right.
Yeah. But the hand actually went up as he was shooting, so it was seemed to be the correct call. And Max May able to flick it past. Again, contact but no call.
And this is where I would really expect the referees to kind of start mitigating some of these, only because 2-0, this is sometimes when frustration really starts.
Stefan Nicholas streaking down the far side as Matthew Murtha on the ground, recognizing that opportunity, but Jake Medina able to cover for him. Yeah, I guess it remains to be seen. You know, we saw that one foul that, you know, might have been let go in other situations. First to it, Melbourne, Stefan Nicholas with the ball at his feet. Number 7 tries to pass back to him. Matthew Murtha just shepherding it out of bounds for the goal kick. Great job for Matthew Murtha to keep Stefan on his back and just let that ball get out the byline. Yeah, and Parker Rathjen decided to try and nick it into Stefan as opposed to taking the shot as he's standing in front of the goal. Traffic in front, certainly, but might have been a really good opportunity as the ball now, wind starts blowing it away.
You stay right there.
Pile up some tire chips to get that thing to say. So Avi Kaufman's going to put his foot through this one. In the middle of the field, Max May and Marcel Lorente battling with that one. Again, Max May wanting the foul as Marcel Lorente was in his back. But, again, very consistent with the way the refs called the game.
Agreed.
So, Viera Hawks throw here. And we got a player coming in here for the Hawks. That's Sully Fife coming in for the Hawks. And Parker Rathjen coming in for, actually, I think Parker Rathjen was already in. Yeah, so just Sully Fife coming in for Peyton Balla. And Jake Brown now getting some pressure. Alex Bennett turns and driving. He's got Mikkel Jensen. Mikkel puts his foot through it. He's got Max May. A little turn over to Sully Fife, who can't get it inside the post. Wide of the mark. Goal kick to the Bulldogs. So in this game here with 28 minutes left, Hawks up 2-0. It's been how a lot of their games have gone this year. You know, the first half, teams have really, all of the teams they faced this year just about have played really solid, really tough, and then they get a goal, and now the teams have to change the way they play a little bit. They have to come at them a little bit, try and get a goal, and it opens things up, and it's kind of been the way things have been going for them all year, and then as that second half goes on, they can start building the goals, and you know, this one here, 2-0. It could stay 2-0. It could end up 4-5-0, depending on if Melbourne really decides to push, to press, and to open things up as they do that. So Ethan Goby with the ball in his hand. Long throw coming into the wind. Still gets it to the near post. And cleared half out by Aiden Gates, and then the rest of the way out there by Mikkel Jensen. And Sully Fife had his hands on the back, but out of bounds to be Viera Hawks throw. Matthew Murtha gets good distance on that as Mikkel Jensen and Max May actually tries to drive and push one hard through, but off the defender, and now Alex Bennett finding Sully Fife. Back to Alex Bennett. And great play from the goalkeeper to get out there first to it and stop that run from Max May. Is that ball coming free into the box. If Matt gets a foot on that and just gives a little nick to it, it's over his head and into the back of the net. So Matthew Murtha just slowly coming to that one, and definite contact there. And that was a dangerous one. It looked like Marlo Spencer kind of came in with the studs up too. That can be a painful one. So Jake Medina, long ball in, trying to find Sully Fife. Battling against two. Gio Carnero wins out. Able to turn over to Max May. Back to Sully Fife, trying to find Max May, turn in the corner. And the ball cleared out of bounds. Viera Hawks throw here just on their attacking side of midfield. Matthew Murtha trying to find Sully Fife, but cleared out of bounds again by the Bulldogs. Great arm from this kid here on the near side. Throwing the ball out to Matthew Murtha. Trying to find Alex Bennett. He flicks one on into the box. Well, it looked like it was more in the box than it actually was. Aiden Gates over to Sully Fife off of his chest. Sully trying to turn the corner. Able to keep it in. Him and Max May here on the near side. Sully gets through. Tries to get through two more and does. Into the box. But Stefan Nicholas winning out as Sully grabs his shoulder and drags him back, and pick a foul, any foul on that one. Referee indicating playing on from Sully Fife's drag of the shoulder, and then lost the ball from the second foul. So Hayden Serrani with the ball now. Lots of green shirts forward, goes short. And then the long ball in from R.J. Jackson. Jake Brown first to it. Jake Medina able to clean it up. And Sully Fife now trying to flick on to Max May, and a little head-to-head contact there. That should blow the whistle. And I don't know, there was a bit of a throw with the arm of Marcel Lorente too. Not to the head, but you know, as he was turning, and sent Sully Fife to the floor.
And I'll say this: I'm shocked the referees didn't send him to the bench, only because it looked like a little bit of a delayed fall.
Well, that's the second head injury whistle that didn't result in someone going to the bench. So it's that referee's prerogative. He's in charge of the safety of these players.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just saying I was shocked that he isn't, because like the collision happened, he took a couple steps, and then he fell to the turf.
And clear foul there, a little tripped up from behind, and apparently yellow card shown. And then number 2 is coming on, Matthew Fauché coming on for Melbourne. And I didn't see who got yellow carded, but that player should have come off, and Fauché now on. Jake Medina low and hard. Max May turning. He's got Matthew Murtha driving on this side. Gio Carnero now with the ball in the middle, trying to get through all the green shirts. He had options right and left. Good play there from Jake Medina. Aiden Gates able to flick it forward, finding Mikkel Jensen, who's trying to find Max May on this far side, out of bounds. Melbourne throw. And Aiden Gates first to it again. And Jake Medina lets that go over his head, but no Melbourne Bulldogs threatening, and Alvey just lets it drop to his feet and waits for Stefan Nicholas to approach before he picks it up. Wastes a little more time as we're approaching the second half water break here. I'll be taking this one off the floor. And Mikkel Jensen still battling in the middle for this one. Jake Brown on the far side trying to stop him from entering the box. That's number 7, Parker Rathjen. And that'll go out of bounds for a Melbourne corner. That's the second kick for the Bulldogs tonight. It's a corner kick coming here. Lots of green shirts in the box. Comes in low, right at to the near post, but Alvy Kaufman able to come out after the first touch and get to it. And Gio Carnero looks like he caught the post. Not too happy at the moment. And Alvy Kaufman just delaying as the assistant referee on the near side attends to Gio Carnero, and that'll be the second half water break. So we'll start the second half after the second half water break with a drop ball back inside the 18 of the Viera Hawks. So, all right, we're at the second half water break. So first of all, let's thank the Landy Group again. The Landy Group of Remax Aerospace Realty will go above and beyond for your home buying and selling needs. With over 30 years of sales experience, they're your local go-to real estate team, just like their motto says, bringing your dreams home. So as we have in these past games, we're here at that first or second water break. Time to start talking about that Leonard Financial Group man of the match. And Peyton Balla's got 2 goals right now. Yeah. Assuming he got the second one. Maybe we should confirm that before we fully anoint him. But Max May got the assist on that one. But for me, this battle is being fought in the midfield. And Aiden Gates is doing a good job to get to the ball. Mikkel Jensen's doing a good job getting to the ball. Max May, Peyton Balla coming back to get the ball, working the ball forward. Max, as always, doing a great job to create things in the attacking third, trying to dribble through defenders and make things happen. Clean sheet. Jake Brown, Jake Medina, they're doing a great job back there.
I want to say I'm kind of looking defensively because, look, Melbourne had some opportunities there in that first half, and the defense shut it down. I mean,
agreed.
So, I'm kind of looking defense here. Look, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Peyton. Again.
No, that's the discussion, right? We've been talking about that all year. In these all 8 of these victories, and assuming this one continues, it'll be the 9th. They've been team wins. There's not someone who's put the team on their back and carried them, to a victory. This has been team wins in every one of them, which makes calling a man of the match that much harder. And when you've got a defense that has 8 clean sheets, at some point in time, one of those defensive players has to get the call, right? Yeah. So maybe this is the time. But we'll keep deliberating, and
of course.
Y'all find out as we do that Leonard Financial Man of the Match highlights and interview, and that'll be up on Facebook tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah. And probably look closer to Friday because tomorrow night I'll be right back here at Tom McIntyre Stadium as we have the Brevard County Senior All-Star Game in football, and I'm so glad we're able to do that. Give the seniors in the North and South one last game with each other. And
that was one of my favorite games I ever played in. I played in a senior lacrosse game as Viera Hawks start to drive here. Mikkel Jensen out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick. Yeah, one of my greatest memories was playing in that senior game, and I'm sure it'll be great memories for those boys as well.
Well, in a senior game like that, what's going to happen is you're going to have guys that haven't played together since they came out of youth football, or guys that have never played together get an opportunity to link up, with those seniors. And we're going to have like multiple different broadcasts. We're going to have Alan up here, Alan and Adam Franco, Cocoa High, two-time state champion offensive coordinator.
Yeah, ball coming in there right in front of goal, but kept out by the Bulldogs. And Alex Bennett with a drive, but cleared away. Mikkel Jensen puts it back in. Peyton Balla trying to find space. Back to Mikkel Jensen, over to Max May. Going to try and get it and keep it in, and does. Over to Mikkel Jensen. And that one goes out of bounds. I assume it'll be a corner. Nope, goal kick. Seemed like that's one of those. It's a foul or a corner, right? But must have gone off his foot as he's sliding through. So goal kick here as it's driven down the field. Jake Brown first to that one. Max May second. Peyton Balla tries to flick it on to Sully Fife. And that goes out of bounds off the Melbourne player for a Hawks throw. Matthew Murtha with the ball in his hands. Aiden Gates gets it over to Alex Bennett. Alex back to Aiden Gates, who's driving through the middle. Good defensive stop there from Matthew Fauché, who's driving now down the far side and out of bounds. Can't find him. Viera Hawks throw. So Xavier Jackson with the ball in his hand. Over the mark and push back down the field right to Aiden Gates' head. Now Peyton Balla just lofts one in over the bar.
But the field goal was good.
Goalkeeper was not too far off his line, so that was more the wing and a prayer type shots there from Peyton Balla. But again, you don't shoot it, it won't go in. So long ball here over the head of Matthew Murtha and Jake Medina. And Alvy Kaufman just puts his foot through it. Probably what Jake Medina should have done right from the get-go, but thought he might be able to make a play on it. So throw in the hands of Ethan Goby. Ooh, Aaron Tutz there. He had space to drive through the middle there, and apparently more to it than just an Aaron Tutz. He doesn't feel too well. I don't know if he got cramped or what, but he's on the ground at this point. And Viera's driving on the far side. Max May trying to get around the defenders, and that's out of bounds for a corner kick. We do have a man down on the pitch here on the Melbourne attacking side, and I believe that's Parker Rathjen or Trent Bergreen. There's a 7 on the jersey. I just don't know if it's a 7 or a 17. And it looks like it's just a cramp. And it looks like it's 17, Trent Bergreen. And
thankfully, it's just a cramp.
Up tenderly, but up. And, yeah, Alvy Kaufman over there to stretch him out. So that's usually that telltale sign.
Yeah.
And looks like number 9 came on right off the bench. That's Marlo Spencer. And knocked into Max May's hand, but no call there. And Alex Bennett takes over in the midfield with Stephen Nicholas on his back. Xavier Jackson now under pressure. And just good calm working of the ball with pressure coming from number 21's fresh legs, Trevor Cowsey. And Jake Brown just sending this one down the field. Able to find Max May with lots of space. Long ball coming in. He's got Peyton Balla. Great touch. Shot trying to find that top corner, but over the bar. It was a great ball in for Max May. Great touch from Peyton. If he could have taken that touch a little forward, he may have been able to just get one more touch and drive it. But under pressure there, forced to take that touch at the 18, or take that shot at the 18. And Xavier Jackson using his arms to get a little extra space and get first to that ball. And then continuing that overlapping run. Over to Gio Carnero. He's going to shoot, turns over the bar. So goal kick here. 14 and a half minutes left to play. You got the Hawks up 2-0 here. And Melbourne taking over. trying to find Stefan Nicholas, who's streaking on this near side, but Matthew Murtha gets in the passing lane, and then Max May just taken down from behind and now shoved. And that'll bring everybody into the middle of the field. And expect cards to be distributed after this one.
Yep. And you know, we kind of alluded to something like this happening. You know, it's 2-0. You're getting close. 13 minutes left to play. There are.
Yeah, and 13 takes Max May down from behind and then shoves him down and showing the yellow card. The Viera faithful definitely looking for the red. Could have been warranted for sure, but.
And Alvy showing one of the reasons why he's got that captain band. He's immediately running out and pulling Viera players away. You know, he sees the start of jaw jacking, but after that, any type, get out of there.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your mouth moving. I don't.
Well, and it's the other captain, Max May, who was the recipient and didn't retaliate. And then again, that's that leadership.
Yeah, those are seniors. We know what those goals are for those seniors.
That's right. And that ball going long and out of bounds. So Gio Cornero first to that one. And then popped here into the near side. Whoa. And then undercut there from Jake Medina. And Jake Medina, it seems like he actually is taking the worst of it. I don't know if he got a knee or a hip to the head as he came down. But I don't think there was anything sinister in it from Jake Medina. Just a very high jump from Trevor Cowsey.
Well, I want to say, not even
both
from,
players moving in the same direction or in opposite directions.
You know, Jake Medina there was just kind of more just trying to keep pace, and just bodies land on top of each other when they go airborne. It happens.
And I mean, the foul called on Jake Medina, I think that's warranted anytime you go under players in the air like that. Even though he didn't go straight up, I still say that's a foul, but I think it's a correct no card on the call. As Melbourne takes the kick here, goes towards that top corner. Man, from this angle, it looked like it was going top corner, but right into the hands of Alvy Kaufman. And maybe it was the wind that just driving it back to Alvy's hands. And now out to Max May. Under pressure, just boots the ball downfield. Peyton Ballard, great touch. Matthew Murtha puts the left foot through that one. He's got Mikkel Jensen driving on this near side. Gets around and into the box. Great job just to get nicked away by R.J. Jackson. The ball comes into the middle of the field, and now Matthew Fauché boots the ball down the pitch. Jake Medina comes out, or Alvy Kaufman comes out. And now Mikkel Jensen trying to get to it and keep it in play, but can't. We'll have a Melbourne throw. And run here from Marlo Spencer, sighted but can't get the ball to his head. Long ball again, over to Trevor Cowsey. Collision between him and Matthew Murtha. And now Aiden Gates driving. Finds Max May in the middle of the field all alone. He's got numbers coming around him now in green shirts. Drives through, puts on the brakes, skids a bit. Little drive from Aiden Gates, but into the green wall.
I gotta feel that one. I mean, because Gates put everything into that swing of the leg.
He drove the heck out of it. But it feels a heck of a lot better to have it go off your leg than into the back of the net.
Agreed. Well, I've never played soccer, so
I can tell you it's true. But anyway, Hawks have the ball here now, deep in their own defensive end. Pressure coming. Alvy Kaufman just boots it over the top. Hand checking there between Marcel Laurenti and Alex Bennett. Now driving with a left-footed shot, but into the white shirts. Able to punch it through, able to turn. Nice shot from number 7, Parker Rathjen, and a Melbourne Bulldogs goal right in the top corner.
That was beautifully set up. I mean, the little passes, able to punch it through in between a pair of legs.
Yeah, and he was able to turn with it and found just enough space to loft one up and into that top corner. Great finish. And we have a game, 2-1 here with just under 10 minutes left to play. And Max May driving the ball along now, trying to find Mikkel Jensen, screaming down that far side, but that's going to fall to the hands of Aiden Reed.
I'll say this. You thought the game was tense before. Melbourne now got a goal on the board, has a chance to win it.
Well, there's a saying in soccer. There's a saying in soccer: the worst scoreline you can have is up by 2 goals, because you're up by 2 goals, and the other team gets a goal, and now they've got the momentum. Second goal goes in, and you're absolutely flat dead, and the other team's got the momentum, and they're ready to score another. So, with 9 minutes left to play, we'll see if the Melbourne Bulldogs can keep up a high pace and push for another one here. And Matthew Murtha all the way back to Jake Medina, who drives it over to Max May, who flicks it on to Peyton Balla. And Matthew Murtha's got Stefan Nicholas driving hard behind him. Peyton Balla back to Matthew Murtha, who now controls, kinda, and out of bounds. I'm not sure he knew exactly where it was. Just kept kind of bouncing around in there. Long throw coming in. Peyton Balla first to it, trying to find Max May. And that ball pushed out of bounds, and Murtha just allows that one to go out. And we'll have a Viera Hawks throw. And Max May having words with the referee again. Not sure what the discussion is there. And Peyton Balla now with the ball. And Stefan Nicholas losing out, but I think that foul being called on Peyton Balla as he's grabbing a hold of Marcel Laurenti a bit. Now long ball coming in here. Aiden Gates first to it. Gio Carnero knocks it down the line, trying to find Max May. Now driving in, only one option, that's to go all the way back to the keeper. Mikkel Jensen driving in, but keeper finding man here on the far side. Now numbers on the far side. Alex Bennett, contact, but also goes through the ball. Play keeps continuing. Stefan Nicholas with the ball on the far side. Brought down. And
I
it looked like he signaled for a corner.
I was saying, what?
And he definitely had a hold of the shoulder. Went through the back of the player and to get the ball, I believe, from my distance, but it looks like the referee is signaling for a corner. Now, in reality, the difference between a free kick and a corner there is just a couple of feet. Oh, now he's actually saying throw.
Whoa.
I was watching the players on the ground, not where the ball went out, but referee's saying throw. So that is not the same, but we have players coming on here for Melbourne. And so it's number 19 and number 4, I believe, and that one cleared out. So Ivan Van Buren's back on the pitch. And I thought Ethan Goby was already on the pitch, so I may be mistaken about that second substitute. And in the back there, I didn't think he was going to make the call, and then the whistle blows late. Yeah, Marcel Laurenti in the back of, I believe that was Alex Bennett, and foul called. So free kick here for the Hawks, just under 6 minutes left to play now, 2-1. Hawks with that slight advantage over Melbourne, and Melbourne does have the wind at their back. So, and now we get a player down on the far side who's limping off. That's number 12, Joshua Starr. See a player coming in for him. Long ball in, Max May up to it.
Gio Carnero with the ball at his feet. Finding Mikkel Jensen on the far side in space. Cross coming in. He's got Peyton Balla. Across over to Max May. Driving a goal. Viera Hawks goal. Max May. Assist from Peyton Balla. Peyton Balla does a great job. He had an opportunity to score. Sees Max May in space. Puts the ball into him right in front of the goal, and he's got the whole net to shoot at. Great team goal there. Takes a little bit of that pressure off as we have 5 minutes left to play, and now back 2 goals up. So Peyton Balla and Max May working to get every goal so far tonight, at least on the Viera side. And Avi Kaufman getting to that one. So Jake Medina over to Gio, working through Trent Bergreen. And now Gio getting the yellow card. He'll come off the pitch, and the Bulldogs will have a free kick here. And coming onto the pitch is Sully Fife. So 1 man in the wall, that's Max May. He's the highest man on the pitch for the Hawks. And nice shot coming in, and man, that was just wide of the mark. Great hit from Trent Bergreen. And Trent Bergreen was the goal scorer as well. My memory's correct. Almost put one in just like the first. Or was it Parker Rathjen? Parker Rathjen actually scored. Sorry, excuse me. It was Parker. 7 or 17. Couldn't remember. And Alex Bennett with the flick-on header. Mikkel Jensen flicks on. Peyton Balla now trying to run onto it. And knocked out of bounds by R.J. Jackson. Xavier Jackson. Ooh, Alex Bennett really wanted to take a hit on that one, but knocked away. Now Max May makes the turn. Good defensive play there, but may give up the corner. Max May keeps it in. Now just willing to keep the ball in the corner and kill the clock, but Trent Bergreen now holding the ball in the corner. And out of bounds, no signal that I saw, but Max May takes it quickly, and Sully Fife tries to get it in the box. Aiden Gates trying to win it from Stefan Nicholas, the foul called. There was a little 50-50 pulling going there, but Aiden gets the call against him. People giving the referee his due, but yeah, it's been pretty consistent to me. I can't complain about him right now.
I want to say, like, these refs have done honestly a great job just being consistent of what they will and won't allow.
So out of bounds, we'll have a Melbourne throw. Gets into the box, but now cleared away from Alex Bennett. That goes over the head and into Max May's feet. He's got 3v2 here. Max May's driving. He's got Mikkel Jensen. He's got Peyton Balla. Chooses Peyton Balla, who takes an errant touch, but able to win it back. He's got Mikkel Jensen on the far side. Can he find him? Slide tackle, foul called. And we'll have a free kick in a great position here, about 25 yards out, as Peyton Balla pulls himself off the floor. Checking his elbow as a razor blade turf, I'm sure, has cut him up a bit. And Matthew Murtha standing over the ball. Max May heading that direction as well. But it looks like Matthew Murtha will be taking this one. And a little bit high. So goal kick here for the Bulldogs. We're under a minute to play as the clock's winding down here, 3-1. Hawks over the Bulldogs. Can they get one more play in? And Stephen Nicholas trying to get down this near side to make something happen, and now taking a quick throw. Great touch. Ivan Van Buren there with him. Long ball in. Man, they're loving that top corner. And
yeah, they are.
That's about 6 inches twice from being 3-3. So, but that should do it, winding this clock down as we have a Viera Hawks goal kick with 15 seconds left on the clock. So I'll take the opportunity to say Viera Hawks on this one up 3-1 with goals from Peyton Bela and Max May. One of them had one, the other one had two. Not sure which, 'cause it depends on if Peyton got a touch on one or not.
Yeah.
But, so final score 3-1 to the Hawks, and Hawks rolling here 9-0 for the season. Didn't keep the clean sheet tonight, so
No.
that certainly has some bearing. That Leonard Financial Group man of the match, and we'll have to have some deliberation on that.
Yeah.
You know, Aiden Gates doing a great job in the midfield. Alex Bennett doing a great job in the midfield, but all the goals going through Peyton Ball and Max May. It's difficult to deny them, but
Yeah. Well,
stay tuned to find out.
Exactly. And again, I'd like to remind everyone tomorrow night, live here from Tom McIntyre Stadium, the Brevard County Football Senior All-Star Game. All the best seniors from every team around the county will be right on this field for one last game. Alan Slaughterzinski, Coach Adam Franco will have the upstairs broadcast. Myself and Jackson Robb will be down on the sidelines doing interviews with players, and it's going to be a great night. Viera Hawks come out 3-1 victory for Matt Shelton.